So, quick YouTube video. I run a pedal board running George L's. I was woefully short of cable, so I was looking around for some cable that's really expensive, and I came across this on DV 24/7, which is basically a solderless kit. I was hoping just to get it for the cable actually, but in all honesty, it hasn't worked out quite that way. But what you do get with this is about 19 quid. I bought two of these. So I've already opened one. I've already opened this one as well, actually. But a bit. Anyway, yeah, what you do get is you get inside it, you get cable, one roll of 3 meters long. It's about 5mm wide, so it's actually slightly thicker. This is George L's cable, slightly thicker than George L cable. However, way more flexible and cheaper feeling than George L's. George L's feels a lot more solid than this one here. What else do you get in the box? You get clippers, okay, for removing the outside, a small screwdriver, okay, and then you get 10 plugs, okay. They are, I would say, cheaply made. However, I'm not sure that it's actually going to affect the sound quality. They just feel a bit nasty when you're doing them up. So, to give you an idea of comparison, this is one of my George L's with the fat cable, the 255, which I don't use many of. But you can see the size of the head compared to that one is significant. That is what I would classify as a standard George L cable, which is what I use across my board. And then again, you can see that the head on the new one is significantly smaller. Now, this could well work in my favour if these are any good, because they are quite small. Again, let's go back to the George L cable. Standing on the floor, look. Come on, stand up. See, this is the thing with George L cable, you can't really twist it. So, significantly different in size. There's the 1.5, there's the 255, you can see. Let's get them lined up so they're in line. There you go. So you can see different sizes of cable there. Yeah, so if they work, they're going to save me an absolute ton of space, because I have a switcher, which is why I ran out of cable. Now, I will say this, this is a much more finicky process than doing George L's. George L's, you just smash them in, test them with your controller, test them with your controller, test them with your multimeter, and your job's are good, and you just cut the cable off straight. This one, you have to actually cut the outer sheath back, fold it back over. Now, I did one with the other kit that I had. It took me about 5 or 6 goes. One end was, the continuity was fine. The other end, I really struggled, because what happens is these cables aren't as strong as George L. So when you cut the sheathing back, the centre section tends to bend over. However, the upside of these ones is they go at 90 degrees. So you go in there like that. You can have them at 90, which is cool. And they pinch themselves into place, like so. Or you can have them at straight, from the same one. If you have them straight, there you go. You have a little side screw, which is what the screwdriver's for. There you go. So you can make straight cables as well, which you can't do on a George L. So there you go. So they were cheap. Now, the reason I did this was because it didn't tell me on 24/7 how long the cable was. The cable you get is 3 meters, and so you get 10 of these plugs. There you go. If they're any good, it'll be great. I honestly can't tell you until I've plugged my stuff in, but I'm not going to be using many of them. However, I can't even get this one done up straight. There you go. I'm not going to be using many of them. It is going to be a touring board, so I don't want to use too many of these. To be fair, the George L's tend to be pretty good. I've just got a couple of cables on there that are a bit dodgy, and I can't work out why. I think the cable's actually gone. Something's not right with it, and it's not reading correctly on my meter. But you will have to double check these, I guarantee it, with a multimeter to make sure that continuity's there, and to make sure that if you've got resistance, it's only minimal. Like I say, it took me about 10 minutes to get one of these cables together earlier on. When I did, continuity was fantastic and the resistance was pretty much zero. So that's really good news. But it did take a bit of fiddling and fettling with the cable to get it right. So it is a bit of a process, whereas the jaw gels, pretty much, you know, you get continuity on both ends. Well, I say that, I have had an issue with the jaw gels, which is why I'm struggling. And I've gone for these as well because, like I say, one of my cables is giving me 3 ohms, which isn't right, and I can't work out why. So there you go, I've got to replace that one. Anyway, just a quick review. Looks like a half decent product. For the price, it's unbeatable. If they work, all well and good. For £18–19 delivered per box. Ridiculous value compared to jaw gels and anything else that's out on the market. Hope that's good. Please subscribe, leave any comments, hit the little notification bell. I will be putting out more videos coming up. I've got a paddleboard build and various other things going on. So yeah, any questions, stick them in the comments below. I hope you're all keeping yourself safe in these crisis times. Good time to redo your paddleboard. That's what I say. See you later.